What's up? Come here. Okay. There he is. He's gotten so much bigger already, hasn't he? Oh, and you gotta bite everything, don't you? I'm alligator. Yeah. Oh, no, that's my cord. Stop. Okay, bad idea. Oh, man. You just took a chunk out of the microphone. What a jerk. All right. What's up, guys? Long time no see for most of you. Is this thing on? Yeah, it is. Welcome to SpaceX's 6th test flight of Starship Super Heavy. Let's go ahead and muster up. Where you from? What you munching on or sipping on? It's 4:37 p.m. Eastern time, and I just started my second energy drink because I need it. Dealing with this kid over here. Freaking kid. Let me bring up the doggo cam while you guys are doing that in the chat. There he is. Don't lick the table. What do you got? Did you find a tag again? Come here. Bring me the tag. Good boy. Ows. Yeah, it says, under penalty of law, this tag not be removed. You're going to prison, my friend. You're going to the pound. Okay, chat. Welcome, members Linus Evertson and Odyssey. Oh, welcome back, Odysseus, Master Chief. What's going on, bros? Thanks for. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. Hopefully, we get another booster catch attempt today. All right, I'm scrolling up through the chat so we can do this muster. Looking for the first place. I see America is the first place, so we'll put America in the audio box here, if I can find it. Oh yeah, I guess America starts with an A, doesn't it?
What, is this a communist country or something? I thought this is America.
Best intro in the game, brah. Oh, thanks, man. I actually should probably update that, huh? It's been a while. Some new things have happened since, like a booster catch. What's up, Milan, Italy? Italy. I don't think I have anything for you. Sorry, brah. Drinking beer in Grand Rapids, Michigan. What's up, neighbor to the north? Illinois water. Just singular, not plural. Illinois. Alabama's back. We got Alabama.
You should go home to Greenbow, Alabama.
Denmark, Nevada. Texas is back, of course, where this ship is launching from.
I pulled him out of a place on Midgard called Texas.
Arkansas, another singular. Belgium, and the UK. What's up, UK?
You sound like you're from London.
All right, we're from all over the place. Let's see, it's only like, what, 9 or 10 p.m. in the UK, so that's not too bad. This is like prime time for most of the world, I believe. And to be honest with you guys, I don't really know much about this test flight. I don't know what's new. All I know is that they're going to try to land the booster again or catch the booster. They're going to relight the Raptor engines. I know that. I guess they're going over it right now. Let's go full screen. So they launch. There goes Starship. Super Heavy lands. Starship is still cruising. Orbital insertion. Coast phase. Over Africa, and then relight, reentry. It gets attacked by space invaders, it looked like there for a second, and it's going to be another splashdown in the Indian, huh? Yep, water landing, nice and gently. Lawyer wife is good, thanks for asking. She's downstairs right now working on her lawyer energy stuff. Things that are above my pay grade. What's up, California?
California. Beautiful.
I was going to say Australia and Spain at the same time because I run them both at the same time. So we got Spain and we also have Australia back.
Austria. Well then, good day, mate.
I love that movie so much. Oh, man. Mike Clark, welcome back. Master Chief Mike Clark. Yeah, it's been a while since we had a live stream. So I wonder if SpaceX, what do you guys think? Do you think SpaceX is going to launch TF7 by the end of the year, or do you think this will be it for the year? I will say, while you're answering in the chat, that you're welcome to any progressive lib nerds that might still be with us, although I don't think there are any. Because of a Trump presidency, because they will be cleaning house and deregulating, you can look forward to more Starship launches next year. So on behalf of all we right-wingers, you're welcome. You get to reap the fruit of our labor that we sowed for you. You're welcome. East Coast Canada. Another Australia. Wow. I think they all moved to Canada. Sorry, Canada, they're your problem now. At least they should move there. Maybe to China. If you can't hear that, my whole house is shaking right now because I got the laundry running next door. I have a tendency to overfill it with towels. So it just becomes like this wrecking ball of spinning chaos. Hey, what are you doing? Nico. Tell you what, man, that toddler has to put everything in his mouth. When is liftoff? In T-minus 16.5 minute. What's up, Denver? Denver, Colorado. I have Colorado right here.
Someplace warm. A place where the beer flows like wine.
She's looking like a pretty frosty popsicle right there. Push pop. The largest push pop in the world. She's really going to be doing some pushing here in 15 minutes. Yeah, man. So, I saw the pictures they put of, let me go big screen again. The pictures they put on social media of the launch site. Last time I actually tuned into it, they were still in the process of like halfway through building the second launch tower. So when I saw the pictures this morning, I was like, whoa, that thing's already built up. They have the arms on it and everything. It's probably been months since they've had that thing up. I don't think the arms are on it yet, or if they were at the very bottom. I don't know. And it's hard to tell which one's, like, if the left side is real or not, but I wonder why they're doing the render versus the reality when we have the reality right there. Maybe they're just saying it was basically identical to what they expected. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Looks like they have a few leaks coming out of the ground there. Them ground clouds. It's like, Kevin, you're pushing disinformation. That's supposed to happen, derp. You nerds have no sense of humor. That or miners is just really dry. So what's up with all these banana things that SpaceX is selling? Like, I know they like to use that as a unit of measurement, but I didn't even know Twitter or X had a marketplace now. That's pretty dope. Yeah, Mars in 4 years, or way too optimistic on Elon time. Yeah, for those of you who've been around in the game for a while, you know that ain't gonna happen. 2022 was the original target date, right? Cargo to 2022, and then people in 2024. Pretty sure if my memory serves me right, that was correct. And then it went from like 2024 and 2026. No. A lot of variables have to fall in line for this to work still. So just be happy if you get to see it in your lifetime. That's what I would say. That's my response. What you got? What you bring me? Tennis ball? All right, let's show off. Let's show off in front of the camera. All right, you ready? Here we go. Go get it. I'll just trample over Peepiopi to get to it. I don't care. I'm a puppy. Did you guys see the onboard view of the booster catch? That's pretty sweet. I watched that the other day. I'm going to turn up the volume now and see what they're jabbering about.
Looking forward to hopefully hearing it today. Just a quick status check, though. We're about 85% full on ship, almost 2/3 of the way full on booster, continuing to count down about 13.5 minutes, a little under that, until we lift off today. But still looking good. I'll check back in with you guys in a few minutes. Back over to Jesse and Kate.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, I think Dan said it really well when it really does hurt the brain to think that this is going to be the norm, that this is just the beginning. Every one of these flights is a step closer to a fully operational Starship that will take us beyond Earth orbit. And with our pace of rapid iteration here, the Moon and Mars are not nearly as far in the future as you may think. In fact, we're planning to send Starships to Mars as soon as 2026.
Which is when the next Mars transfer window opens, which is under 2 years from now. Now, you might be familiar with the Starlink logo, which you see there on your screen.
I mean, they could do it. I mean, they're getting closer, right? It's a vector. The closer you get, the faster it approaches. It could happen. And you know what? Again, with the Trump presidency, it very well could. If Harris would have won, guaranteed it would not have happened during her term in office. Guaranteed, just because their politics are so destructive, and that's exactly what we saw over the last 4 years. I have articles I could share with you. Elon's been tweeting them lately. Like the last 24 hours, he's tweeted a couple of them.
Go for it. These first
Look
flight
at
tests
California
to Mars
politics,
will be
what they're trying to do
uncrewed and will test
with
the
rocket launches
reliability of
over
landing
there.
in tech. If those landings go well, the first crewed flights will soon follow after that.
Right now, our flight tests are focused on proving out reusability of both Super Heavy and Starship. In 2025, we'll continue that focus while also potentially flying our first Starlink missions and demonstrate capabilities central to our role in taking astronauts to the moon as part of NASA's Artemis program. Starship will be used to land astronauts on the lunar surface on NASA's Artemis 3 mission, which will put the first humans on the moon since 1972.
One key capability will be the ability to refuel Starship on orbit, which you can see there on your screen, with a Starship prop tanker docked with a fuel depot. Next year, we're planning to test this capability by launching 2 Starships and having them meet up to transfer tons of cryogenic propellants. Now, when the time comes to land on the moon, Starship will link up with NASA's Orion spacecraft in lunar orbit, where astronauts will transfer over for their descent. Now, once on the lunar surface, they'll ride the elevator down in their Axiom EMU spacesuits from Axiom Space and leave the first footprints on the moon in more than half a century, kickstarting humanity's mission to establish a sustainable presence there. And coming soon to a moon base alpha near you, Starship Enterprise Edition.
That is so exciting, and all the advancements that are going to come in order to enable all of that. Now, our rapid iterative development approach has been the basis for all of SpaceX's major innovative advancements, including Falcon, Dragon, and Starlink. Today, we're testing hardware and systems, and we need to know how they perform under the most extreme conditions. And what's more extreme than the flight environment? We'd much rather find the bugs and limits now during testing than later on when there's more on the line.
And to reiterate, while we do determine an acceptable level of technical risk on our vehicle and pad to learn as fast as possible, we accept no compromises when it comes to the safety of the public or our team. So all that to say, this is only the 6th of many future flight tests of Starship before it becomes fully operational.
And we tend to do our testing out in the open, just like today. And that means people sometimes see when our hardware doesn't perform as we planned during that testing. And that's okay, because this is exactly what we are testing for, to physically see if hardware performance matches what we expect it to do or not. Even more with today's test flight, where we're purposefully pushing the ship beyond its limits.
Starship development is also being aided by Starlink space-based connectivity. You might remember the Starlink panels that are incorporated into Starship, and you can see them there on your screen, those rectangular panels on Starship's nose cone. Starlink brings us the epic views in space and on reentry, and also helps deliver us critical flight data engineers need to continue development.
Yeah, Starlink continues to help us push the limits in space in the short term by providing great views and real-time data on our next few flights, particularly through reentry, which spaceflight veterans know that is historically a period of blackout for all communications within spaceflight.
Outside of Starship, Starlink has helped people across the globe, particularly in rural and remote areas that have been underserved by traditional broadband internet.
Yeah, and soon, Starship will deploy our next generation Starlink satellites, which will continue to increase our capability to connect even more people with high-speed internet all around the world and beyond. Now, as we continue to prepare for our next several flight tests, we recently performed a cryo-proof test of the Starship for Flight 7, our first operation with the vehicle debuting a number of major milestones. The ship has been stretched to make room for larger propellant tanks, increasing the propellant capacity from 1,200 tons to 1,500 tons. The forward flaps also got a redesign. They have shrunk in size and they also shifted in location, and both of these things will help better protect them during entry heating while still providing control. There's also a wide range of upgrades that will make the vehicle more reliable, adding redundancy to and the ability to operate for longer durations in space.
One unique aspect of a trip to Mars are the different conditions ship will see when entering the Martian atmosphere. Now, it's difficult to simulate Mars's atmosphere when re-entering on Earth, so we've been testing a variety of heat shield materials inside a specialized plasma jet chamber at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, where we're able to more closely simulate Mars's 95% carbon dioxide atmosphere.
Aside from looking awesome, this is important testing. The intense heat of entry will cause the CO2 to break down into its base elements, exposing Starship to atomic oxygen, which increases surface heating and can cause materials to oxidize or start to break down. Spacecraft entering over Mars encountered more than twice the amount of atomic oxygen at their peak when compared to Earth, and that is certainly a unique challenge. As we continue to test, we'll learn more about what makes a great heat shield for Mars. All right, now that we're heading into the final minutes of the countdown, let's go back to Dan for the latest on the ground there at Starbase.
Hey, Kate, afraid I have nothing but good news for you. We have a go from our range safety team. We are a little over 90% full on ship.
On ship, huh? You mean there's no boats in the way? Wow, that's the first. Kevin, which one of the dogs is the boss? It's definitely the puppy, for sure. He doesn't know what a personal bubble is. So he just kind of does what he wants. As he's right now climbing on top of PPOP. You can't see him. There he is. Yeah. It was Wiley because he was the puppy. But now it's definitely him. There's South Padre Island back there. Man, they had some shark attacks this summer, didn't they? I saw a video of this one lady whose like calf was bitten off. It was crazy. I think that's where a lot of people watch, is from like right over here somewhere. Man, I can't believe it's already been like over almost 3 years, I think, since I've been there. The last Starship presentation was in, what, February of 2022, I think.
Once the water for the deflector system begins flowing at T-minus 10 seconds, any issue after that would be an automatic scrub for the day, as the teams would need to refill the deflector's water tanks as well as the propellant storage tanks over at the tank farm before we're able to make another attempt.
Now, it is just so unbelievable that it's just been only a little over a month, and we are just a few minutes away from Flight 6. The crowd here is building up. We've got a much larger crowd here than when we were launching at 4 or 5 in the morning out here. So very exciting to have an afternoon launch to have all the employees here.
Exactly. Now, just as a reminder, that T-minus 40 second hold, if we opt to use it, everything is still potentially go for launch. So nothing to be worried about there. At that point, basically up until T-minus 40 seconds, all aborts are just holds. This would allow the team to wait for final checkouts to assess propellant levels, engines, avionics, vehicle pressurization, range, weather. Occasionally we've had shrimp boats lingering in the past, but that doesn't sound like that is the case today.
Yeah, not today. No shrimp boats, which is great. Everything so far is looking good.
Welcome to all of the new people who are tuning in with us. Hope you stay with us, but that probably won't last. Since this is pretty much the only non-woke channel out there besides Lab Padre. All right. But welcome. We're happy to have you while you stay. So we're at T-minus 3.5 minutes until this huge pop pushes off the pad. You guys nervous yet? Or has this become routine to you guys? You're like, nah, It's no longer exciting. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all, right? You laugh. You don't believe me, but it will happen. It happened with landing Falcon 9 boosters, right? You're no longer as excited about them as you once were, right? Or are you? Do you still have that young, boyish charm about life and Falcon 9 launches that you used to have?
And of course, sending our first
What
payload
are we
to
looking
space.
at there?
You can
A
see
banana
the banana
on a
It's
string?
very tightly secured, but I assure you it does have some room to float around. So once we're in a zero gravity environment, we should see our first Starship zero gravity indicator putting on a little bit of a show. And that's looking right.
Okay, so now the banana thing makes sense to me. It's going to be Starship's first zero-G indicator, and it's hilarious they have it dangling on a string. Okay, that's pretty funny. Now, the question is it a real banana or is it fake? These are the weird things that I like to know, right? Because the one thing I hate about bananas is that the moment you hang them up in your home, when you get home from the grocery store, they turn brown. It's like that. So that banana, if it's real, we'll know because it will be brown by the time it re-enters the atmosphere, okay?
Dissipate all that heat, all that sound, and then the engine starting up in 3 different groups, and then about a second after T0, we should see liftoff. About 2.5 minutes into the flight, a little bit longer, we'll see hot staging, and that's when we're going to be listening really close on those loops to see if we're going to be bringing the booster back for a catch today. Do always want to caution, it's never a guarantee. We've done this once. We'll see if we do it again. We're only going to do it if the booster and the tower are looking really good before we attempt to bring it back here.
No hold,
But
no hold.
Coming up on
Push
a minute,
past it.
not tracking any holds on the board right now. So
Go
as long as
Kev! God
we don't
bless
have
the
any
launch.
last
I'm going to
second
give
things,
you a
which do
like. I
happen.
didn't even know that was a thing anymore. Oh, I can't. I tried to push the thumbs up.
All
I'm
right,
doing
flight
it in
director just
spirit,
confirmed
though.
T
Ooh, I can
minus
heart it,
1
though. I
minute.
hearted it. Hearted it. Man, things have
Key
changed.
moment to look at in 10
Oh, another
seconds.
one.
That
Rocket
T-minus
Medic.
40.
Oh, good to see you again, Master Chief. I'll heart yours as well. Loved. Consider yourself loved. We pushed past
we
T
flew
minus
right
40.
through that.
It's happening. It's happening. What else needs to happen is the booster catch. They got to do it again. No excuses.
All right, we're now T-minus 20 seconds until liftoff of Starship Flight 6. This
They
will
have a
mark our
second tower
second
now.
attempt
They can
catch
afford to lose
the
one.
Super Heavy booster at the launch tower, as well as
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To the moon.
Detect liftoff.
It's already routine.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Booster Raptor, chamber pressure nominal.
Booster and ship, avionics, power, and telemetry nominal.
I don't know what he's doing. I just had to get it on camera.
Vehicle
All right,
has
we're
reached
just a little over a minute
maximum
into flight.
dynamic pressure.
We're about 6 miles away, so all the sound's still hitting us here. Hearing good call-outs that power telemetry nominal, that's flying straight and true. We do see
Sounds like
all
firecrackers.
33 Raptor engines lit up on telemetry screens. At this point, we've passed through that point of maximum aerodynamic pressure, that max Q.
Yep, all Raptors are
Coming up
solid.
in just a little over a minute from now is going to be hot staging. So we're going to see the 6 engines on the ship ignite while still attached to the booster. Just before that, we'll see all but 3 center engines on the booster shut down. In what we call MECO, it's most engines cut off instead of main engine. And so while we continue to watch it go up, a lot of our flight controllers looking at all the systems around the tower. Again, we have to send a manual command. Just about 30 seconds.
There's that one
away
annoying
from hot
chick in the
staging.
crowd who's screaming at the top of her lungs. This is why I prefer to watch from the comfort of my own office. Never seen a rocket launch in person before yet. Can you believe that? Seen Starship in person, but I haven't seen a launch in person.
And we heard the tower is go for catch.
Booster engine cut off.
The
Towers
return
go for
flag
catch.
is set for true.
As long as the booster does its job.
Ship engine start up.
It flips so fast, man.
Stage separation.
All right, hot staging confirmed.
Booster
6 out of
boost
6
back
lit on the ship. Booster boost back going. We heard that we are go for catch. Kate, Jesse, take out the views. Hopefully I got a booster coming home real soon.
Wow, from our view here, Dan, great views of planet Earth behind that super heavy booster. Right now it is performing the
Ship
boost
camera
back
pressure
burn.
nominal.
Good news there, telling us that the pressures inside the ship are good. That is the second stage, or the upper portion of the vehicle. Follow along with the telemetry on the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, booster is currently, super heavy is currently in its boost back burn. This boost back burn,
Avionics, power, and telemetry nominal.
this boost back burn lasts just a little bit over a minute. So we've got a little, approximately 30 seconds left.
We've had shutdown of that boost back burn. Up
Yep,
next
they
will be
jettisoned the hot stage
jettison.
You can see it right
The
there.
view from the camera on the left, or from the booster on the left-hand side of your screen, and then tracking cam there on the right-hand side of your screen. We'll see those grid fins.
Booster offshore
That's pretty
divert.
dope. That's
And
dope.
we can also see that the hot stage has been jettisoned.
Yes, visual confirmation of that there on your screen, which is great. Now the next
Starship is following a nominal trajectory.
The next step for booster is going into that landing burn. Again, it'll light up 13 of those engines and then pare down to 3
it
engines
purging?
right
What was it
before
doing there?
booster catch.
All right, now just real quick, we did hear the call out, booster offshore divert. Unfortunately, that means that we are no-go for the catch.
That's what
As
that
we said
meant.
before, both the tower and the vehicle, as well as the operators on console, have been actively evaluating the commit criteria for that return to the launch tower. And unfortunately, we did not have a pass on those commit criteria. So we are no-go for tower catch.
Weak.
And we did mention that we're
Look at that, that's pretty
constantly
sweet. The
evaluating
liftoff
the
plume
criteria
there.
for catch. There's a lot of things that need to go well in order to line that up. Unfortunately, today we will forego booster catch today. But what you're seeing on your screen is ship currently making its way towards the Indian Ocean. Still looking good so far.
Exactly. So views there of the booster on the left-hand side of your screen, views of the ship on the right-hand side of your screen.
You know what that means, right?
Now,
All
we
the
said
hippies are going to be
before
mad that they're going to
it
pollute
was
the
not
ocean.
guaranteed that we would be able to make a tower catch today. So while we were hoping for it, like we said, it was pretty epic on attempt 1, but the safety of the teams and the public and the pad itself are paramount. So we are accepting no compromises in any of those areas.
Exactly, and we're still going to get a lot of good flight data with booster.
No, I'm sorry. I'll just say it because we're all thinking it. We would all, now that they have a second tower almost complete, we would all love to see them blow up the first one. It would be pretty awesome to watch a booster just go straight into it. Come on, we would all like to see that. Let's not lie to ourselves. Look at the launch plume right over there. That thing is towering.
On your screen is a view
Towering.
from Super Heavy as it's making its way back down to Earth.
Yeah, once again, we are attempting an offshore landing of the Super Heavy booster. So we have seen this before, and it is still very fun to watch, watching it come down for a soft splashdown off the Gulf Coast of Texas.
Yeah, at least we'll get to watch
See
it
there
splash down,
re-entering.
hopefully.
We saw earlier those grid fins. There are 4 hypersonic grid fins. Oh, we can see that the landing burn has begun on the Super Heavy booster.
And same pattern, 13 engines will light. Gone down to 3, just as we expected.
It's tipping. There we go.
And what an incredible view of splashdown that we got today.
Wake up, dolphins.
Of super heavy.
Yeah, I'm sure the buoy cam views will be pretty awesome
come
once
on.
again.
They didn't want to
confirm
show the hippies what
a
happens
water
after it
landing
blows
once again
up.
for the super heavy boost.
Because people don't realize that after it tipped over last time it did a splashdown, it blew up. So that's probably what's going to happen again. And they probably didn't want to show that on camera.
We can see that it is, while all of that was happening, the crowd here in Hawthorne continuing to react to all these amazing views that we're getting. The next
Dirty
milestone is
Starship is in terminal guidance.
great news there. Starship terminal guidance, referring to what we see here on our screen, the upper stage, at about 8 minutes 35 seconds or so, we have ship engine cutoff, which will be the cutoff of the Raptor engines.
Yeah, locals are shutting down at the end of the year, so don't renew.
Giving us some incredible views brought to us by Starlink. This view is also very interesting because we can see basically the receding tile line that we referred to earlier, where we mentioned we have removed a number of heat shield tiles in order to test out and push the envelope on the ship and demonstrate what its capabilities are.
Ship engine cutoff.
And there we just heard call out for SECO, ship engine cutoff. Great news there. Everything continuing to look awesome for ship.
Full view looking aft on ship here.
I like how they just call it ship. Doesn't have a fancy name or anything, just ship.
Nominal orbit insertion.
There's that call out we were waiting for. Confirmation of good orbital insertion for ship today.
It has been a very exciting afternoon so far. We'd like to send it back over to Dan, who can give us that live view experience. Dan, once again, are you okay after witnessing another Starship launch?
Yeah, totally fine. You guys have to be jealous. This is the only way to do this.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we're still under a Biden presidency, so we're going to have the FAA come in. They're going to be like, oh, we need to do another environmental assessment. But thankfully, next year, all that nonsense will be done away with. Yeah, cut all that red tape. Yeah, show the banana. Let's see if it's still hanging on a string or if it turned into a banana sundae, a mashed banana. Planet's looking quite blue this evening.
It's going to attempt to do an in-space burn. We're going to light one of those Raptor engines, the sea level ones in the middle.
We have nominal
just
banana.
to help demonstrate that we can relight in that microgravity environment. Really critical for deorbit burns as we start to do some orbital missions in the not too distant future. And then following that, we'll see a ship entry.
There's parts of the banana right there floating away.
We're really going to be pushing ship on this
Starship's
one.
leaking banana.
We're pretty much intentionally putting it in places where we expect it might not do so great, and all that's to try and help us learn.
You guys are just full of the excellent observations today. I'm so proud of you guys. Armin says it's a banana hammock. If you know, you know. All right? All my European brothers know. You guys in your banana hammocks over there.
And development testing, by definition, is unpredictable, which we saw with super heavy splashing down in the Gulf of Mexico today, but that is exactly why we test. As is standard for these tests, the area around the pad and along the flight path was cleared prior to launch, and we expect the road and beach to remain closed until further notice.
Yeah, testing development flight hardware in a flight environment is what enables our teams to quickly learn and execute design changes and hardware upgrades to improve the probability of success in the future. Please do not attempt to approach the booster in the water for your safety as well as for that of our team that will be working on recovery. Now, we are going to continue though. The mission is not done.
Exactly. The mission's not over. Ship is still coasting. But it has been nonstop since liftoff, and with the booster having completed its job for the day, we are going to take a short break for the next 35 minutes or so while ship continues to coast before reentry. Now, as with previous flights, Starlink may enable us to talk to the ship through reentry with no communication blackout. Now, we are still testing Starlink during this phase of flight, so nothing is completely certain.
Yeah, so if we do have views, we will be sure to bring those to you live. And of course, one of those views include that of our, as we said before, surprise payload, the Banana. And we are looking forward to it. So we're going to come back in a few minutes, around T plus 35 minutes.
Exactly. Views or no views, we'll see you back here at T.
All right. You will not see me back here because I am leaving. But I appreciate you guys tuning in to watch this with me. Test Flight 6. Sorry they didn't try to catch the booster, but at least we got to see it do a water landing. That was still pretty dope. Don't know how many whales they killed, but yeah, still pretty dope. Worth it. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you members for membering. Thank you supporters for supporting and your super chats or whatever they're called. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And have a great, what is today? Tuesday. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Okay. And until next time, Godspeed.